Hi, I'm Hugh Sullivan, videographer for the Herald and Review, and this video was originally going to be about combining two of my favorite things, which are camera equipment overkill and animals. But it actually turned into a reminder that even when an event is staged, it doesn't matter when you're dealing with animals. Last week, Jack Nuzzo, the program director at the Illinois Raptor Center, and a friend of mine called me and said that he had an idea. I've done a lot of videos with him through the paper, and he does a lot of video himself. He shoots with his phone, and he also shoots some stuff. The center has two of the new GoPro 3s, and they have a fleet of the Flip HD cameras. Jack was getting ready to release two juvenile bald eagles on Saturday, and before they were gone, he wanted to film them being fed, because bald eagles will fight over their food, and it ends up looking pretty cool.
It's the first time we've had two juvenile eagles together in one flight facility, so we're getting that behavior. So when we would go in and feed, we got these like really cool fights going on between them. This jockeying for position and stuff, and so the idea was pretty simple. Like, we can get this to happen if we put a GoPro camera on the food, except they're not cooperating today about it.
His idea was to attach a GoPro to a giant deer steak and film the beaks kind of flying at the meat and the fight. And I was all in. I was like, yes, I'll come do it. I brought this clamp to attach one of the flip cameras to the rafters, and he set another GoPro on the ground. And so he set all this equipment in there, and then we ran out, and I got my camera ready, and we waited. And waited, and waited some more for nothing, because the birds were not interested. I don't know if it was because Jack had kind of spooked them when he went in there and spent so much time setting up the equipment, or if they were just kind of not into swooping down at a big plastic box. Whatever it was, the birds weren't interested.
I just wanted to get like a good camera shot of the beak coming down and ripping food up, and they're not cooperating with us. And it could be the weather. I mean, they were really hungry for the last few days, and I've also changed the food, so they're not familiar with that food. So maybe they're, like this one just flew by several times, so he's just flying by going, what is exactly that thing that's down there? So the idea was just to get some really cool video of them doing their thing as juvenile eagles before we let them go tomorrow, which is this is basically our last chance to get it, and not everything goes the way you want it to go, I guess.
And so that was a lesson in patience for me, because you know what? It doesn't matter if you want a viral video of eagles fighting over a deer steak. They don't care, and they're going to do what they want. The next day, Jack released the eagles. We had a photographer and a reporter there from the Herald and Review, but I wasn't able to make it. But Jack was nice enough to share some of the footage they got. Jack wore a GoPro on his head, and then his volunteers had some of the flip cameras out and got some really cool footage. Here's a nice shot of Executive Director Jane Seitz barely missing a beak to the face, and you can tell she barely flinched. She kind of, she moved her head back, but she was pretty unfazed by it. She moved her head and then released the bird. And from what Jack's told me, he's told me some stories, and I hear she's pretty tough, like scary tough, and I can see it. So hopefully you enjoyed this look at some of the cool things that are happening right in our backyard, and who knows, maybe you'll see the eagles flying around town before they move on to wherever they feel like going. And if we ever do get some footage of birds fighting over meat right next to the camera, I'll guarantee you I'll have it right here. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel. Go check out my personal channel where I do some goofy stuff, and check back every week where I talk about my experiences behind the camera.